Welcome you back to Minecraft Through the Night. Season 6, I guess. Good morning, son. Namaste. Welcome to day 12. Day 12! What's that? Bob and Ted. What's that Christmas carol? Day 12. I can't remember the... Anyway. Hope you remember it better than I do. Well, we're not quite finished remediating this place, and I would like to get it remediated. Really stairs. Do I have any axe? I have no axe. You know, alright, remediating. We're going to make a few changes here. And I have no cobble. I have no compost. It must be over in the other place. I have no cobblestone. Surely I have cobblestone. Because I cobbled out those... Okay, there it is. There it is. Alrighty. Freaking out. Freaking out here. Let's... Man, we need to sort some stuff too. Oh, look at that. Buried dungeon map. Okay. Alright. I quite like the way this chest is supported by one chain only. Let's make some changes. Before I go through all this agony, why don't I go ahead and make my axe. I was telling you in the last episode about the reflux thing. Man, it's I don't know how to explain to you that how all-encompassing this problem has been. It affects every moment of every day, pretty much. This reflux. It's always with me. And it's... Well, for now, my doctor put me on that, it's called omeprazole, 20 milligram. It's it's the same thing. It's an over-the-counter thing, but oh, nice. But anyway, he wrote out a prescription. I think he did it to save me money so that I could get it basically at no cost. But anyway, so I've been taking the... Wait, what? Oh. Taking this omeprazole every day for about a month now. Almost a month. And helps. I think I mentioned that. It helps. But I guess I've just simply been shocked at just how bad things had gotten, because I feel I have the reflux all the time. Anyway, enough about that. It's this season and this channel is about positivity and positive life, and it doesn't take away from that. I believe in positivity, looking on the bright side of life. You know, there's a dark side of life and there's a sunny side of life, and you have to, you know, conscientiously keep yourself on the sunny side of life. I'm a believer in that. Okay, let's get rid of this, and this lantern. What are we gonna do with that lantern? How about we put it right here? That's kind of, I'm going to be bumping into that. I'll be bonking into that. How about that? Oh, I like that. Okay. Cool. Cool. It's cool. What did I do with my shovel? Probably over here, yep. So, not to belabor any of this any further, but this whole reflux thing, man, it's really took me by surprise. And maybe that's all I want to say about it. Yeah. What happened to there's my, how many of these ladders? Let's see here. Anyway, I guess I'm just going on and on because I'm flabbergasted by how bad it had gotten, for how long. All right, let's see, ladders. Did the ladder recipe change? Is that the standard? I thought it used to be all sticks. These stairs. Let's get rid of the stairs. I'm going to need some more cobble. And I need to standardize these windows too. Alrighty. Definitely need to fill that in. You know, there are just things that surprise you, come at you seemingly out of the blue, but you know, in life, but I mean, they've been there. It just seems like they come at you, boom, like that, man. And you're like, whoa, dude, what is this, man? But it was there. I guess a lot of things are like that, aren't they? Don't really want to use these. Can I revert these slabs into I probably should look it up. Slab. What can I make out of a slab? A crank. Vertical slab. That's all. Okay. So once a slab, always a slab. Unless it's a crank. Alright, so I need some cobblestone. And let us sleep through this night. This Nicht. Old English Nicht. Good morning, son. Namaste. Don't know if any of you are into RPGs, but my kids and I have been enjoying some RPG time lately. Every Sunday we do not every Sunday, but we try every Sunday. We plan for every Sunday for a Zoom call, and we play Traveler, the Traveler science fiction RPG, something started by Mark Miller in the 1980s, and oh yeah, there we go, perfect. So we can step up into the window casement and look out unobstructed, beautiful. I like that. That's the way. I like it. Does that? I guess I could put. Let's see. I could put slabs instead of blocks, but the light is going to come through differently. It's going to hit differently. It hits different, as they say. Somebody says. I don't know. I'm sure I've got some stuff. Let's go get some cobblestone. And some, we've got plenty. We got this dark oak. Let's go ahead and light her up. Okay, light her all the way up. Get one thing done before we start something else, right? Cough. These windows. Everything else, cough. Sometimes life just hits me in a way and just really unexpected, you know. And Minecraft through the night really helps me talk through some things. There's 8 ladders. I'm not really good at counting. I just need about 6 more letters. Probably overkill. Oop. Oh, I gotta have oak? What? Oh my. Oh. Dark oak ladder. Well, I'll be. Okay. Let's go ahead and convert all that to dark. That's interesting. That'll be a piece of oak. It's only going to be enough for one set of 4, I think. Life really hits different sometimes. So, yeah, RPG. I had played Dungeons and Dragons for a while I discovered it as a college sophomore. And I instantly, I mean, D&D, man, in the 80s, it was, for a nerd like me, yeah. And about a year later, year or two, maybe 2 years later, a guy in my one or 2 years later, a guy in my dorm, next door neighbor in the dorm, in fact. I don't know how we were talking about this, but he mentioned Traveler. And anyway, he's the only person that knew about it, that I knew about it back then. And I guess it was pretty new. I mean, came out in 1980, and this would have been about 81. So, yeah, it would have been pretty new, wouldn't it? So anyway, I haven't really played a lot of Traveler. That was just me and him to start with, and that was enough to get me hooked. And I bought some of the old black box game materials, and nothing further came of it until, well, in the following years, when I got myself a little Commodore 64, I wrote a Commodore Basic program to generate Traveler characters through careers and all that kind of stuff. Just having fun with it. And nothing further came of it. Let's see, this way, we're this way, right? See, do I? Oh, I don't. With a hoe, I think you can right click and harvest a lot of stuff all at once. But anyway, don't the matters. Let's grab. We are going to need oak for those last two pieces of ladder, but let's go ahead and get cobblestone back at the old place. This is miner's advantage, doing this gradual tree capitation here. Oops. In the early to mid 20-teens, I had a friend group here in Oklahoma City, in a different part of Oklahoma City. I met someone at there was an open mic we would do at a coffee shop on Sundays, and that's a story in itself. And that pillager outpost is a story in itself. We're going to have to do something about that someday. But not today. Not today, not today. I'm not ready for that. Getting pwned by skeletons, and don't think I'm quite ready for taking on pillagers by myself. Story in itself. I met someone. I made some good friends, I should say, at this coffee shop. We had open mics every Saturday, open mic poetry readings, and I quite enjoyed that. And to this day, I miss it quite a lot. Okay, here we have onion. I wonder if we could plant those onions. I'll leave that one. In fact, I'm going to allium back here. I'm curious if the allium will cause will grow into onion. In real life, allium is in the onion family. This I know because as a kid and growing up in Georgia, many allium, wild allium, growing in the fields and woods. I think this will be another 3-day episode if that's okay with you. By the way, I'm uploading pretty much as I record, so I'm not terribly far ahead, and if you have a preference for something, please don't hesitate to let me know. And I'll see if I can make it happen. There's cobble. We don't have a lot, but we got some. I don't know how much of this stuff to take over there. But it's good to know we got some stuff here. Potato, yep. I want to plant that potato. Okay. Let's get back before it gets dark. He says when it's dark already. We're going to unroll the bedroll right here and sleep. Oh, I didn't mention, as we sleep through this night, up in the top left corner, I did make a change. Good morning, son. Namaste. Love how this bedroll looks. Top left corner, I'm using Zero's Minimap, and I still do have the Antique Atlas. I love it. And plan to continue using the Antique Atlas. It's got a lot of nice features. Zero has a world map as well as the mini map, and I'm not going to load it though. This is the Fair Play version of the mini map. It's basically designed for PvP so that like players can't see other players, and I like it in single player survival mode because it doesn't show mobs. It has an option not to show mobs, and I really flippin' love that. It keeps it a bit of a challenge, you know. No radar. I mean, there is a mob radar and you can activate it. Actually, on the Fair Play version, I think you can't activate it, but on the regular mini map you can. However, the thing I like the most about it is the day. It shows day 14. Welcome to day 14. As well as the time, and you can specify 12-hour time or 24-hour meal time, whichever you please. So there. Like Zero's Minimap, and it fits my need for a day, for a calendar, basically. A timer, in a way. Oh! That's dangerous for me. Yeah, day 14. Welcome to day 14. Hear an aircraft going by. I was telling my kiddos the other day on the traveler call, I went for a walk in my neighborhood. And as I got back, just as I pulled my earbuds out, my neighbor across the street, I walk on the side of the street facing traffic, so I'm closer to my neighbor's house across the street than I was to my house at that particular moment. And I heard my neighbor say, the male neighbor, he said, "I can't believe you're doing this." And of course I stuck around outside and did some gardening. No, I did not do that at all. Come on, people. I just kind of came on inside, and it took a few minutes for that to register. And when it registered, I was like, I wonder if there's some drama happening next door. None of my business, one way or the other. But, I hope things are not what I heard. And on the traveler call with my kids the other day, I mentioned this. I said, I'm a little bit worried. The reason I mentioned it to them was because as we were playing Traveler, my spot, I like to stand up, put my my materials on the. I have a parlor grand piano that 1930 it's smaller than a baby grand, a parlor grand piano, made by Kanabe in Baltimore, Maryland. It's a story in itself. One of my oldest friends, some of my oldest friends back in Georgia, their kids were showing off when I was visiting there one day, playing the piano, and their piano had such a lovely and intimate tone. And I thought, man, if I ever get a piano, that's what I want. And there came a time in my life where I was my daughter was living with her mom, and I wanted to kind of bribe her to spend more time with me. And I guess I bet I could put bottom slabs under the top slabs, right? Duh. Of course I can. I think I can. So anyway, I saw this Kanabe restored piano for sale, and I bought it and had it shipped from Baltimore to Oklahoma City. I have probably done crazier things in my life, but maybe not. What a beautiful music. Anyway, that's my preferred spot for conducting our traveler sessions. And I saw my neighbor across the street. The car came up and blocked the driveway. And I mentioned that to my kiddos. I was like, uh-oh. And again, I haven't thought too much about it since. Today, I woke up and I saw a for sale sign across the street. So it went from, I can't believe you're doing this, to for sale sign in the space of about 3 days. Dang, man. Oh, did you see what I see? Okay, go from the shovel to the strawberries. Oh, and it little pops up on the left and tells me I have 70 total strawberries. Well, that is so flippin' cute. Okay, we are remediated. The windows are fixed. The ladder is fixed. Everything is looted. And all my stuff is down in the bottom here. Whoops. Back up, back. Bed is on the second floor. Armor stands. Okay. Horse armor from the horse crypt is here. Tools are here. My iron pick is going to need to be replaced soon. Lovely. Got some levitating chests on iron chains here. Flipping awesome. Well, I don't really know what to say or what to think about all this going on next door. I hope the best for my neighbors. You know, they got kiddos, and I've seen the kiddos, and they're kind of they don't speak when I wave at them or something, and I don't know. Kind of wish they would, but yeah, I don't know their situation. Don't know if that's considered dangerous or whatever. But okay, sugarcane. Let's go plant that. First, we're gonna plant potato. Let's see if we can plant these on your own. Potato here, and yeah, we can plant those on your own. Good. Trash pandas. I see you, trash panda. Let's have an idea. There's my hoe. I have idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. I have to hurry. Might not beat the darkness. You know, life is hard. It is easy for us to forget in the normal day-to-day ebb and flow, come and go. Life is fundamentally hard for a lot of us. And you know, we need to be kinder to one another. Not because we're wusses or something, or not because we're soft, but because life is just hard for all of us. And it's something we just need to keep in mind. You know, a kind word, a wave, a nod, all that can go a long way for people. I mean, it can. It doesn't necessarily say it will. Let's see if this works. Right. Yeah, I love it. I can walk in. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful, man. All right, well, with that, we're going to bring this episode to a wrap. Minecraft Through the Night. New Stone Age dog. Meet the new dog. Same as the old dog. Da-da-da-da-da, guitar break. Yeah. I'll see you next time. Hope everything's going well for you. It should be.